I can't wait to show you my toys.
Hey, this is D Hunter bringing another action figure review. Today we're going to look at the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Epic Sewer Lair Playset. This thing here boasts 43 inches tall, 20 plus features, 4 levels of play. It does appear that this playset is going to have some reuse from the previous really tall Ninja Turtle sewer playsets. This thing has been out for about a full year or so, if I believe. I've been wanting to get it for a while, but not high on my priority list. This thing retails for around $100. I was at Target looking for some DC Multiverse figures, and I happened to see this on the bottom shelf, and I noticed the price tag said $35.99. Now, being this thing is $100, I thought, what the heck? It didn't seem to be on clearance or anything, so I took the playset to a nearby scanner, scanned at $100. I went back and looked at the price tag. It said Ninja Turtles Epic Sewer Lair Playset. Clearly was for this. There was no barcode to match up. There were 2 other playsets on there. I took this thing up front. Of course, it ran up $100. They didn't believe me. They ended up checking and honoring that price. So, effectively, I got this very large playset for less than the price of 2 Multiverse figures. What a haul. So before we open this thing, let's go and check out the packaging here. As you can see, we got the Nickelodeon logo, 43 inches tall, 20 features, Epic Sewer Playset. We've got the street up top here, and then 3 different levels of sewer. On this side here, simply tells you about the 20 different features. Here on the top, you can see a ton of the features in play. Other side here, several more features. On the other side, we've got a checklist of all the different figures here. Turtles, April, Splinter, and more. A couple different motorcycles. A Donnie's Lab that docks to the playset if you purchase this turtle tank. Then, of course, there's a barcode in case anybody needs it. Then, of course, we also have the back side, so it can be displayed sideways at the store as well as upright. So, with no further ado, let's open this guy up. So, one thing that appealed to me about this playset is the fact that last year in February of 2018 at Toy Fair, they showed us this. This here looks like we're going to get an additional piece of the playset to add below it, to add 3 more levels to the 4-level set, giving a total of 7 levels, making this thing absolutely huge and epic. There's like a whole city underneath the sewer in this. Now, we haven't heard a lick of news since this was shown back in February of last year, so I'm a little bit concerned that it was scrapped. That is part of why I waited so long to buy this. I was hoping to get both these together. If this thing is going to be coming out, we should hear something in the very near future. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Alright, well, now that we got this thing out of the package, my God, look at this mess. Where to begin? So just FYI, there is a video tutorial on how to build this thing if you go to Playmates website. There are also the instruction manual there in case you lose it or didn't receive one. I did receive it and the stickers. I read of several people that were missing those in the package. So, let's begin. So first thing here, we've got a big inventory list, which I'm not going to go over. If I'm missing something, it's going to ruin this whole thing, and I'll figure it out as I go. Then it's got the sticker placement, which I guess I'll try to do as I'm going along. And then here we go. Step number 1. Here we go. Step 1 is accomplished. We now have the base of the Sewer Lair playset. I did attach these stickers to these 2 pieces as I put them together. I highly recommend to try to keep up on the stickers as you assemble this thing, as some of the parts may be hard to get to when it's all put together. Alright, let's see if we can't do the next few steps real quick. And as you're gathering the pieces, I can see here I need number 5, so I was trying to figure out what that one was. I go back to the first page here. I can see number 5 looks like this, and then as I'm going through looking for them, I can also see the sticker number 13 goes on to number 5, allow me to attach the decals before I put the playset together. Now we have assembled these 3 separate pieces. So the next we'll use the base, we'll attach that green wall, and then the third part we put together on top of there. And don't forget to attach the little pieces on the back there as well. Now that we've put the bottom together, the first wall, and the beginning of the second layer, this is how it looks. And I must say, this one looks pretty good as it is. This is a pretty cool little set just by itself. Little sewer area. You can see the back pieces attached here for some stability. Has nice play area. Looks like it's going to accommodate 6-7 inch figures just fine. Honestly, this here alone would be worth the $35. Let's try to get the next few steps going. Alright, now we've got the wall for the second level put together. And it looks like next we're going to be putting an arcade in for these guys, attaching the wall to the next layer, and then putting dividers, pipes, and the next level on top of that. And then here's how it's looking so far. We've got the bottom, second, and started on the third level. Now let's see if we can't get all the next pieces starting the wall on top of the third level. And then here's how the set's looking right now. We've got the third level almost complete. Next, let's go ahead and assemble the top of the third level here. This is also going to be the street level, the bottom of that. Get that going, all kind of different street pieces to put together. Then here it is with a little bit of the street scene put together up top. The next plan is going to be to attach the cardboard background for the street level. And then here's this thing just getting bigger and bigger. Then it looks like we're going to add a bunch of smaller stuff. Skateboards put away, a bunch of railing on there, basketball goal, etc., etc. Alright, now that we've got this thing completely assembled, all the stickers attached, each piece utilized, here it is. It is really difficult to get this entire thing into one camera shot, so we're not going to be doing this very often. This thing's huge and honestly looks pretty good. My only sort of complaint would be a little bit too many bright colors. If somebody wanted to take this thing apart, take the time to repaint it, it could be something really special. I'm just going to keep it as is. And then here it is from a side view. Here it is from the other side's view. And then here this thing is from the back side. It actually has the ability to be played with from the back side. It's presentable and has sort of some features. Pretty cool playset. Of course, most people are going to have to back this thing up against the wall just because it's so big. Next, let's check out the measurements of this thing. So, from side to side, its width is sitting at about 28 inches wide. And then as far as its depth is, sitting at about 19 inches deep. And it's just way too difficult to do the height all, keeping the playset into one shot. So at its tallest point, this thing here is sitting at 43.5 inches tall. Quite a big guy. And then the actual plastic part is sitting at about 25 inches tall. Next, let's take a detailed look at the playset and each one of its action features up close. Alright, well let's take a look at the first level first. So, coming down from the second level, there's a ramp. It's like a slide or a skateboard ramp, and it's graffiti all over it. This thing here can rotate if you want to put it going onto the first floor. It can do that, which is pretty cool depending on how much space you want to allot this thing. Then, of course, we've got the bottom floor here. It's got sewer liquid here underneath the walking area. It's got a graded area here you can open up. It goes to Raph's room. It has a workout bench on the inside there. This workout bench here, put a guy on there, and he can launch him off of there. Kind of an odd feature in case somebody wants to use your workout area, you can launch them out of there. And it has quite a bit of play area underneath there. We also have the sewer cover here. It can open up. Now, if they ever release the part that goes below this, you could presumably use the sewer cover to go down to the next level. Then inside of here you got Leonardo's room. It's got what they said was a weapons rack if you have the weapons that are sold separately, and it rotates so you can hide them. There's also basketball hoop here. This thing, if you raise it, it'll move the arcades out or block them away. Plus they can play a little basketball. There is also this missile launcher that comes out through the back, opens up the sewer, and then it can fire an actual missile out of there. I must say, I do enjoy getting the workout bench. That can have some cool uses for your action figure world. Now let's take a look at the second level. So we've already covered the rotating ramp here. So next we've got this room here. Now there's a slide that comes down from the third level, lands on top of the sewer grate here. It's a trap door. If you take this little wheel on the side, turn it, it opens up, dropping the guy to the first floor. Some little streamer things here. On the other side, we've got the arcades here. It makes a wall like this. Bam, pull them out. One thing that's really cool, this looks like the old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 4-player arcade game, which I think is really cool. And then it leads to another room over here with a lot of play area. I don't believe that's actually designated anybody's specific room. And so on the side here, between the first, second, and third level, we've got this giant ladder. You can see at the bottom here, there's actually an entryway to get into Leonardo's room there. So the cool thing about this ladder goes from the first, second floor, but it can swivel up to the top, and it can reach the third or the street level as well. Kind of a cool thing there. Me personally, I prefer to put it up like this. It does get rid of the sort of hinge feature, but it allows you to go from street level to the third floor to the second floor, and it does keep this entryway open on the first floor. So now for the third level, and I believe this here is supposed to be Mikey's room. It's got a place where you can store the skateboard. Of course, this opens up. You can go into the slide, which goes down to the level below. And then here on the other side, we've got Donatello's room in here with various computers. It does have a slide that can go down there and can rotate. Can be accessed from a sewer cover above. There's this balcony here. Press this, it drops down, figure can fall off. We've also got the basketball hoop here. Figure can swing on it and swing all the way down to a lower level. And then the street scene level, really not a lot of play area, my biggest complaint here. And the stuff is yellow, a little bit too colorful. Got a trash can, we've got this nice little theater thing here. Barely any surface for a figure though. There is a sewer cover here that you can lift, only if you remove this cardboard piece here, and I find that really, really annoying, to tell you the truth. So this area here can be removed, and it gives you access to this sewer cover, which can lift up only if that cardboard piece is not there, allowing somebody to drop in and get inside the sewers. Overall, a little bit disappointed with the top part, but the sewer is sort of what you're getting here. Now to check out the back side of this thing. I do like that the cardboard has an alternate sort of paint job for the back side, so it can be utilized in different ways. But the bottom three levels here, they've got a lot of play area in the back side. You can see Leonardo's area here. My hand can fit inside there. You can rotate his weapons. Ton of room for him to do his training. The level above, from where the doorway is, it really comes out quite a bit. There's the arcades there. Here's Donnie's lab with the computers. Just a ton of play area in the back that you didn't necessarily see or aware of that you had. There's an area off to the side. Raph's area here, if you take his workout bench out. You've got a ton of room inside of here. Just want to make sure that was pointed out as well. Next, let's check this thing out with some different action figures inside of it from different lines to see what fits in both scale and style wise. Now, I don't have a lot of Ninja Turtle figures in my collection, and I don't need a lot of them. This is the ultimate set right here. The 1990 NECA Turtles film figures are absolutely fantastic. As you can see, they are a little bit too tall for this set, which is a little bit annoying. They kind of poke their heads. They'd have to duck inside to get in the entryways to their rooms. But you know what? That's kind of believable as well. You can see we've got Michelangelo in front of his room with the skateboard, Donatello in front of his room with the computers, Splinter in the middle there, Leonardo in front of his training room down there, and then Raphael in his workout area. Overall, I think this set does work for 7-inch figures, except the doorways are a little bit small. Here are a few of the tallest DC Direct and DC Collectible figures that I have. These are from the Arkham Knight line. You can see Nightwing, Batman, and Robin on each level. They do fit on the levels, in my opinion, pretty good. Of course, you gotta have your Arkham Asylum Killer Croc hang out in the sewer. And if you're curious how some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures fit in, here they are. I think the 6-inch figures fit in great per level. As you can see here, Bane from The Dark Knight Rises with all of his mercenaries watching him and Batman fight it out. Could also work for a great scene with Pennywise in the sewer facing off with all the kids, like in the film It. Then here are the Turtles playing basketball in the sewer, killing some time, hanging out with each other. Look at Leo hanging onto the rim. Here they are having a pizza party in the sewer. Now that we've taken a look at a few different things you can do with this playset, next I'd like to look at it compared to some other Ninja Turtle playsets, starting with some of the most recent ones, working their way backward. Now this, of course, is the Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Epic Sewer Lair playset. Absolutely huge, massive, and tall. Here it is next to the most recently released Ninja Turtle playset. This one is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows City Sewer Lair playset. This thing is massive and tall, just like this one. A little bit less play area. Cost almost the same amount. Both these are crazy big and be kind of useful for Batman figures. This one has a street level that almost lines up with the street level on this new playset. And then here it is next to a similar playset to the one before, but it is a different sculpt. This one here is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Secret Sewer Lair playset. Now this one here also has a street level, which is very similarly heighted to this newer sewer playset's street level, and is massive, huge, tall, wide, lot of playability. And then here it is next to the predecessor to that playset. This one is exactly the same sculpt, just painted totally differently. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Sewer Lair playset. This one here is probably the most realistic and best colored of those three. And I think the four of these together could look pretty cool. Big old sewer with street on top. Now unfortunately there's no way to get this all into one shot, but here are all four of those playsets lined up, making a huge underground sewer layer and a rather large street surface on top. You can see here's the first playset, to continue with the second, then the third, and then the newest one. Here it is next to a couple of what I believe are just called sewer layer playsets. These are from a previous incarnation of Turtles. These two can actually fold out to become quite big. I think these might be a couple of possibly my favorite Turtle Layer sewer playsets. These look kind of realistic, and they work great for 6 and 7 inch figures. Very tall playsets, very roomy for your figures. This works as all kind of different various generic dioramas for action figures, maybe a warehouse, etc., etc. Here it is next to one of the oldest sewer playsets. This one's from the old Turtle animated series. This one's here a classic. Makes a nice little city diorama area. And then here it is next to a Monster Action Tower Ninja Turtle playset. This one was from the animated film, I believe. And then technically these street scene dioramas made by NECA are from the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film. Although personally I use these for generic buildings in my action figure universe. So overall, this is a pretty decent playset. It is a steal for the price that I got it for. Now, my biggest complaints about this playset would be the coloring, too many bright colors, too cartoonish. Somebody could really do something really cool with this playset if they wanted to take it apart, repaint it, etc., etc. For my action figure uses, being generic dioramas, this thing will work, although it's a little bit too personalized for the turtles. This thing is going to have a nice place in my action figure city if I can ever find some space for it. If I were to rate this playset, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Maybe that's a little bit higher than it deserves, at least from my point of view. I'm trying not to factor in the great price that I got into the rating. This thing is very tall, very massive, has a ton of features, some of which are serious and not quite all cartoony. This thing is going to work good. It's durable. I mean, the figures fit each one of the levels, even the tall 7-inch figures, which is really cool. Really hope they do put out that bottom part of this playset. That'll really put this thing over the top and make this thing like at least 5 feet tall, which is just crazy. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say about the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.